I'd like to take the opportunity before I start to acknowledge that we're standing on the land of the Gadigal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. And pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And I also wish to acknowledge an ongoing need for a treaty between our peoples.
Yes.
So thank you all for attending today, and thank you to Community Action Against Homophobia for inviting me. My name is Dejay Toborek, and I'm the Greens candidate running against the Prime Minister in the seat of Wentworth at this year's election. I'm a proud HIV positive gay man, and I, as well as my colleagues in the Greens, fully support the Safe Schools program. Every single Greens candidate in every electorate around the nation fully support the Safe Schools program. For me, I identified as a same-sex attracted gay man at the age of 9 or 10. But I felt very apprehensive at the time to coming out and revealing that to the people around me. Growing up in the country and suburban Western Australia, it was never going to be an easy time to do that. And it would be no wonder why. Strangers, friends, and yes, even some family would shout out abuse like poof, faggot, right at me. I would be punched, kicked, my food, my lunch money stolen. I would be made to feel worthless. That's right. Sadly, this abuse is not uncommon today, whatever age you may be. The Australian Christian Lobby, that group of supposed Christians that are really oddly obsessed with gay sex. They've turned their sights to eliminating the Safe Schools program, thereby actively causing harm to safe-sex attracted, trans and gender diverse communities. And as a planned attack on the safety of our children, Corey Bernardi, Erica Betts and Tony Abbott, among a number of other Liberal Party politicians, came out spinning lies about social engineering and saying the lowest of all lows to label the program pedophile grooming. Shame on them.
Shame!
And our Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, chose not to discipline a single one of them. And shame on him.
Shame!
But let's not forget that these attacks started happening well after the support of large health and education organisations such as Beyond Blue, the Australian Secondary Principals Association, the Australian Education Union, the Australian Council of State Schools organisations. Look, the list is long, but all of these organisations know the statistics. The parents, the families, all of you here at the rally today know the statistics, and they're damning. 75% of LGBTQI students have experienced homophobic bullying, and 80% of that has happened at school. And of course, 6% of those students are 6 times more likely to attempt suicide and self-harm. And that is a damning blight on our society. Yet despite this, the Liberal Party intends to allow harm to come to all of our children by eliminating the program or agreeing to water it down. Once again, Malcolm Turnbull has shown that the real people running the government are the extremists, Bernardi, Betts, and the man that just won't go away, the man that still wants his job back, Abbott. The fundamental issue here is that the Liberal Party does not consider LGBTQI people and their families to be equal. And there are clear examples as to why I say that. So the Liberal Party doesn't support marriage equality. The Liberal Party wants to lock up LGBTQI refugees, and resettle them in countries where they'll be locked up in jail for 14 years or sent back to the countries in which they flee to be murdered. The Liberal Party banned Gay Baby from being screened in our schools. Another reason. And the latest proof that they don't want to treat us equal is by questioning the Safe Schools program and thereby giving support to the bullying of our LGBTQIA youths, all in playgrounds in schools around Australia. So safe schools matter. The lives of our children matter. And yet the Prime Minister shows his true colours when he allowed the review of the program. And you know, he may very well live in a blue ribbon seat, but he's got a yellow back and a yellow belly for caving in to these extremists. Now, I stand for the Greens in the Prime Minister's electorate because I actually care about the LGBTQI community. And I stand for the Greens because I know that my party will back the LGBTQI community every time. The young with the safe schools, the old in aged care, the HIV positive people, the HIV negative people, those that want to get married and those that don't. Now, it's just a short time before this rally, our Aboriginal friends were here talking about the disadvantage and second-class treatment that they receive through the policies of the Liberal government, the cashless welfare card, a racist policy if ever there was one. Many of them have stayed on to support this rally this afternoon, and I thank them for staying around. The International Women's Day rally was on today also, highlighting the need to treat women equally, such as in the workplace, with their pay, their superannuation and employment opportunities. There are certainly plenty of those people here from that rally this afternoon, and I thank you for coming here too. And it's an important reminder to all of us, particularly those of us that are part of a minority, that we should always support each other in the push for the improvement of our collective communities. Now I wish to finish up by asking that whatever you go away thinking today, that you do three very simple things to protect safe schools and the future well-being of our children. The first is to contact your current MP and let them know that you support safe schools. You may not think that it does very much, but I can assure you that it does. They look at the numbers of the emails and the calls, and it makes a difference. For any of you that are interested, Jenny Leong, the New South Wales Greens MP for Newtown, is here today in the front row. She's here supporting the rally, and her office is available to any who wish to seek support and assistance for those that are concerned about the impacts of the attacks on our community, especially on young people. And thank you, Jenny, for your hard work. Now, the second thing is to contact your old high school or your current children's school and ask them to support the Safe Schools program. I've called my school. They're teetering. They aren't quite ready to commit yet, but I've told them that I've got a loud voice and I'll be calling from Sydney all the way over to Perth to make sure that they get on board. So 32 additional schools have done so since this review has begun, and a strong take-up will help the program but also help our communities and our young people. Now, the last thing is to make sure that the people you vote for this year are actually the people that are going to stand up for you, your families, your values and your communities. We're all sick of the political photo ops. We're all sick and tired of the platitudes. And we're all sick and tired of the plebiscite. Make sure the people that you vote for this coming election stand up for you, your values, your communities and your families. So thank you for coming out today. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Dejay Toborek. I'm the Greens candidate for Wentworth. Thank you.